I'm feeling pretty primed today. After yesterday, I'm pretty pumped the fuck up because everything just feels really good now that I'm not pausing for this week. I didn't realize it until I wrote it down. Fuck. God damn it. I didn't realize it until I wrote it down on my phone for today's programming it. But I'm going pretty fucking heavy. I'm supposed to go up to 390 on back squat today. And I think at my highest, I did 410 for 4 on squat about a cycle ago, like in my last training block before I switched to this new one. With all the prep and stuff, I hit it really well, so it's like I'm not worried about the weight today. But still, 390 is 390. That's some heavy fucking weight. I'm supposed to do it for 2 sets of 4. So I'm gonna be moving. God fucking damn it. Shit. That's okay. But yeah, no, I mean, again, it's just gonna be in my core. I think after yesterday, I feel very warmed up. Like my abductors are probably gonna be like really solid today. My hips and my abductors. So I think the squatting is gonna go good. It's just gonna be a matter of like holding my core together. I just smashed 3 tacos on the way out the door because I was really wanting to get to the gym. So while I was doing my assignment, I had my girlfriend make some taco shit for me, and they're like those mini tortilla ones, and I just it was like 2 bites each, and just fucking devoured them. So other than that, back squat's gonna be great, cool. Power cleans today. I got my clean and jerk accessories today. So power cleans are always fun, especially when I don't have to do slow tempo, because that was a bit more not like strength challenge, but like form challenge. I didn't think it was gonna test me as much as it did last week. But so I'm gonna do my power cleans. I'm going up to 245 today, which is relatively heavy, but I'm honestly not worried about it like at all. I haven't gone up and I haven't, like, in my last programming, I kept pulling muscles and shit because I used to go heavy too often. So like I haven't tried new weight in like, it feels like 3 months, so everything feels really primed to go. So like power clean's probably gonna fly. It's just doubles for Olympic lifts. And then, so I'm just gonna make sure my form's as perfect as possible. But other than that, I'm ending with push press. Again, gonna feel awesome not having to pause in the dip. I'm pretty sure I'm going to 210 today, 4 sets of 4. So that's pretty solid. 45 and a 35 on each side. It's gonna look pretty sick, just pressing that over my head with the slow method. So I used to do push jerks when I was trying to get my form better, getting my head through and pushing the bar like over my neck, behind my head, rather than straight up and over the top of my head, because you're not balanced with the bar over your head, you're balanced with it over your spine. And it's, you gotta have good mobility to really rotate your shoulders and delts to push back. And me being one of the rare type Olympic lifters where I choose to bench because I don't compete currently, but I think even if I did compete, I'd still do it, because tell everybody that your training cycles should consist of like a percentage of weight. Like I think my percentages look kind of like 25% like passion lifts, and then 75% accessories, or lifts that I do that I might not like at first, or lifts that make me better because of the form. I'm like glowing. But fuck, I really just lost my train of thought with that. Yeah, but my passion lifts per se, like the lifts that I will never get rid of, that I want to, like if I were to compete, those would be my competing lifts, is bench, squat, clean and jerk, and snatch. I love those lifts. I started off in powerlifting when I started training back when I was like 14. Some crazy shit. I actually, like, because I don't take anything supplement wise. I like doing me, you know. I totally get it for the people who do. They just get to a point where they want to push the boundaries as far as possible, but I like just pushing my own boundaries, and just, you know, I want to make sure that I want to lift forever, you know. I don't want to just do Olympic through my 30s and then be done. I want to continue it, like you see those fucking like 7-year-olds online doing it, and I'm like, I know I can fucking do that shit. With all the practice I have now. Damn, my fucking hairline is struggling. My hair's trying to grow out since I shaved it. I am so off topic. I just got a lot of thunks in this tiny skull. But yeah, so I got like 25% of the passion lifts. Those will never change. And then everything else is what I label as accessories to the passion lifts, which is the other 75%. If you want to do like a 50-50, that's fine. But, you know, it's just whatever makes you happy when you're working out. That's what matters. But like, my passion lifts don't change, but my accessory lifts change based off of what I need to work on with my form, or if I feel like I'm not getting a lot of strength in a certain area. God damn it. Like for example, I used to do, like I just said, I used to do push jerk and snatch push jerk, especially on the snatch end. After a couple months, I just wasn't feeling it. Like, just like once you get good form with it and you get a really good lockout and you're coming off your midfoot, I really just was not feeling it anymore. It wasn't really hard for me. And I was able, especially on the snatch push jerk, because the range of motion is so little. Like I remember like going in just for like trying to figure out my max for fun one day, because I wanted to like really calculate it specifically off of like a certain number rather than just like guessing where my rep ranges were. And I put up 275 day one, and I'm like, that's a lot, you know, putting that shit over your head and just locking out with your fucking elbows and wrists. Like, I thought that was pretty damn impressive. Push jerks did really help a lot getting my head through the bar, but once I got that form down and my split jerk got corrected on the clean and jerk, I didn't feel it much after that. So I'm back on the push presses, because I think now that my form is really good, it's a very good time to train my strength, and you know, especially the drive. I know you don't use that like driving force in Olympic, but it's just nice to have so that my core and my, like, especially my delts when I'm like about to do a split jerk or whatever, it just makes me feel a lot stronger in my upper back and shoulders. You know, it feels like there's a lot more power, especially in my core sometimes, like in my I don't know if I'd say low back, but like getting towards the low back. I know like sometimes if I fuck up a push press or whatever, or a snatch push press, if you don't like really concentrate on keeping your core as stable and vertical and solid as possible the whole dip and drive, your low back's gonna cave when you get it up above you, and you're gonna feel like you're dying. And you know, that's probably why my old bad habits used to happen with split jerks. But anyway, I rambled on for way too fucking long. I'm just gonna do me. We're gonna have a great day. Gonna be happy. Caffeine, wonderful. I've been at the gym for 3 fucking hours and I didn't really notice, which is a good thing in a different way, because that means the workout went well, and it did. Very tired, because I thought it was going to be an easier day, but it was a pretty hard grind. Back squat went really well, but I have been getting better at, hitting a really deep depth as I'm getting better with my form for Olympic lifting's sake, because I want my core to be as strong as possible. And holy fuck, doing 390 for 2 sets of 4, touching my goddamn ankles, that shit rocked my boat a little bit. I am not gonna lie to you, it was really good and it felt good, but it was at least the second set was a bit of a grinder, which is the point. I don't know if I'm just fatigued from yesterday, or I'm tired, or I haven't eaten, whatever, or if it's just was harder. There's so many things, but regardless, I hit all my weights and I did what I had to do, so that's what matters. But yeah, no, that shit hit me like a fucking rock. Well, I feel better now. Proud of myself for doing it, and that's what makes me feel good. Power, after I was there for so long, I wasn't even talking to people. I just I got to the point where my core was so fucking tired from squatting, especially since yesterday was my snatch day, that I was I just took 15 and just chilled out and let my whole body recuperate before I did power clean. I guess this is what it's supposed to be. It's a good thing that I'm putting a lot more energy into this week, because I upped the volume and I upped the weight, and I'm supposed to be more fatigued from this week so that next week I can recuperate and focus on my form. Yeah, but power clean's been great. I honestly no worries there. I was a bit tired from squats, but power clean's one of those ones where if I'm I know my form's good, so as long as I just stick with the good form and make sure I'm keeping my center of gravity on my midfoot, I normally just can do it without thinking about it. But other than that, what really fucking killed me wasn't even the squats. It was the mixture of the squats being a lot more, it took my core out more than I thought it would. And then I ended the workout with push press, which normally is fine. But, I'm kind of new to push press, because I was doing push jerks before, and I haven't trained push press in at least a year. So I went up to 210 for 2 sets of 4. Holy fuck. That took me out. I was not ready. I really was not ready. I hit everything. It felt good. I still think I had good form. The last rep on both sets we're grinders. We're like, you know, your mid back wants to try to cave, but you just got to like really focus on that drive all the way through, and keeping your core as tight as possible. But yeah, no, I had nothing left in me after that last one. The deload set it wasn't even as hard strength wise. I was just so burnt out that it felt like the hardest set. But you know, the hard days are hard because, you know, you gotta be, I love telling people this, you gotta be shit on the shit days to be good on the good days. And I don't mean literally like sucking ass for an entire workout. I just mean like it's gonna feel harder and it's gonna feel like shit some days, or you're gonna, like, something's gonna feel tweaked, or something, you know, your hips or abductors might not be working with you might just be tired, whatever. You gotta be shit on those days and follow through on the shit days to be better on your best days, you know, so that when your body is fully primed, regardless if you're maxing out or just hitting like a slow pause tempo workout, you're able to like fully commit to it and get the best form and, you know, feel the least amount of fatigue that you can. You know, it's just that those good days are what really keep you going. You know, we always want those good days to come when we're hitting new PRs. I know I fucking do. I'm a little nervous because I haven't planned a PR in so long that with it coming up in the next 2 weeks, it's a little daunting because, you know, if you feel like shit, it's okay to not do your best as long as you put it in 100%. But, you know, I want to kill it. You know, I want to do the best I can, and I want to put up some crazy fucking numbers when I do it, because I miss the feeling of hitting a PR. I really stuck to the slow progression of just like adding 5 pounds at a time and just like doing it until it feels good, and never knowing what my max is. And it's good for a while, especially since I was figuring out how to program better and see what suited my body best and how my fatigue worked throughout the week. But I'm very confident in my form and my programming right now. So it's all a matter of just getting in there. I'm gonna do my best and hope that those max days are my best days. That's the whole reason why I'm ending the training block with a pause and slow tempo week, so that I can recuperate and come back and hopefully have the best form and strength at my disposal to fucking just put everything into. And then I'll go back to the lighter week. I might start, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because like my first week is basically a deload on its own. I only do like 70-75%, but because I'm gonna have to increase weight by however much after I hit these new PRs, it's gonna get to the point where that first week might not feel like a deload anymore. It felt like a deload this month because I'm primed and ready for PRs. So I might start making sure I have, I don't know. This is the fun and shitty part about programming when you're doing it yourself. It's really just all trial and error, and that's great and it's fine. But like, what is probably gonna happen is I'm gonna finish these PRs, take whatever rest day I need after I hit my PRs, and then I'll come back and start the new training block at that like low percentage week for high volume, 70-75%, and feel it out and just try to do another training block successfully. You know, and if all is good, then we're fine. But what typically happens is, you know, you want to do the thing that feels like you shouldn't do it, because that's the way you trial and error. You gotta figure out the bad shit right away. And I might be perfectly fine. But you know, the main thing is I might, instead of trying to add like some deload days after I hit the PRs, I might just do like switch from a 4-week training block with PRs at the end to a 6-week training block with PRs at the end. Just because the only reason I did 4 weeks this time was because I knew I was primed and ready going into the month. So other than that, you know, it's just, you got to kind of take it by ear and feel it out. I could just commit to the 4-week training blocks for a while and see how they go. I just know that, like, with all trial and error in training, as okay as it is, is in 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 cycles, however long it takes until my body starts giving out, I'm gonna plateau. And when you plateau and you try to hit those PRs again, you're the most susceptible to getting injured or tweaking something or having to take some days off. And I don't like that. I don't want that. I want to do the best that's good for my body, you know? So if I need to do 6 weeks of solid volume, doing weights that I'm confident with, I'll either add in another like grip and week, like 1 week of grip and rip type shit, and then the pause slow tempo like I've been doing, and just do like, oh man, I don't even know, because I'm definitely not going to go heavier or add another 2 weeks of what my last 2 weeks right now that are like 80 to 85%, because like it's just, that's too heavy for too long. I'd rather go back and forth. So what I could do, God, even thinking about it in the long run, what I really could do is go to an 8-week training block and see how that goes. Just make it 2 months, because that'll be like the safest bet for hitting new PRs and knowing, you know, you want your triangle to have a wide ass base, not have this kind of triangle when you're going into new PRs. And I mean that metaphorically, as in like the more volume you do, the bigger a base your triangle is gonna have for when you hit the PRs. Phone might fall. Fuck! I fucking knew it. Anyway, been going off way too long, you know. I have the best girlfriend in the world. She brought me a fucking frappe from McDonald's, so you can all be jealous. She plays video games too. So, you can all be jealous of my awesome, awesome life. But, other than that, I'm going to continue doing my best. And if that's not a new PR, whatever. As long as we're putting in 100%, that's all I give a shit about. Even if I don't hit any weights that I know I can do at a top single, whatever. I'm doing the best I can. And shit, what people don't realize, whenever you miss your PRs, that's not a bad thing. That just means you get a fucking easy block, the next block, and then you can really PR as hard as you want to, because you're gonna have essentially 2 blocks of training that have primed you for that new PR at the end. Which is why I'm thinking about just going to an 8-week training block. God, I didn't even finish my fucking train of thought. So I'm thinking of possibly just going to an 8-week training block, where I'll do the first 2 weeks of lighter weight, grip and rip, and then a pause slow tempo week at lower weights for high volume. Then I'll do that heavier, the 2 heavier weeks, and then I can do, oh wait, I'm stupid. That's 6 weeks. Oh my God, I need to go to bed. That's what the fuck I need to do. Anyway, 6 weeks, back on 6 weeks. We're not even thinking about 8 weeks. For the other 2 weeks that I need to add in, I could just, after doing the heavy 2 weeks, I could go back to the 70 to 75% weeks and do those again. And then theoretically I'd be even more primed for PRs. But also, you know, when you start getting close to PR fucking areas or time periods, you want to have good experience throughout the week of hitting some heavier weight. Because if you do like 70 to 75% and then go try to PR the next week, it's probably going to feel a lot heavier than you think it's going to be. But this is something I need to fucking worry about in the next block. I am worrying way too much about it. I just need to enjoy this training block, hit my fucking PRs, and shit, we'll see where it goes from there. I am sorry for ranting so fucking much, but had a lot up in the dome. So you'll see. We're gonna fucking do it. It's gonna be great. So